afternoon, everybody. I'm Elmo Cancross, should I say retired principal or ex-principal of Vale Primary School. I retired at the end of last year. And after working for 10 plus years with Khula Development, I think you couldn't have asked anyone else, Daleen, to introduce Khula and this lady beside me to come and introduce you to this audience. She will always use an example. Whilst driving with her mother, and her mother will always, when she sees somebody, poor people walking alongside the road, and she will always say, but for the grace of God, it could have been me. And that stuck with Daleen for all these years. And I'm standing next to a very passionate person, passionate in what she does, and what she still wants to do. Now, as a principal, our school in Paarl, situated in Chicago, and because of that, our school still have many challenges. And what better organization to come to our school and to come and render services to our school for what we so dearly need. I'm so proud to introduce Daleen Labuschagne of Khula Development.
So thank you very much for the opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a second chance. So Khula Development Group, we reintegrate children at risk of dropping out of school back into primary schools. In 2001, our 3-year-old son became very ill and was diagnosed with a cyst on his brain. It was a very traumatic time for my husband and I, and we decided to attend a weekend marriage seminar. After I testified about our experience of God's goodness and His compassion for us, a man prophesied that God was going to use us in the ministry. That evening we laid in bed and we wondered how we were supposed to start a ministry. But as a social worker, I was always concerned about the amount of children not attending school during school hours. I prayed for a way to help them and was always handing out food at the gate. So in 2005, my husband suddenly resigned his job as a portfolio manager at a bank. And we realized that we will always stand on the verse out of Acts 3 verse 6, where Peter said, "Silver and gold I do not have, but what I do have, I give to you. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and walk." In 2007, I received a phone call from the founders of Khula, who asked me to support a few women in their organization. I met with the ladies once a month in a coffee shop, and after going into the prayer room and hearing their prayers and pleading before the Lord, I just couldn't stay in my comfort zone any longer. I started walking the squatter camps and visit the poorest places in Paarl East, and it was there that God opened the eyes of my heart and broke my heart for what broke His. In 2009, the prophecy came into fulfillment as we took over the management of Khula. Women from the local community called field workers helped us to establish this new Khula, and they were the contact between the community, the schools and us. And absent learners were reported to them and they will take them back to school. But after a while, the same learners will just drop out or be absent again. And it was then that we realized school has become much more than a place where only learning took place. We established 3 programs. The first was reintegration. In this program, referred learners are discussed at panels and intervention plans are made. Contributing factors towards school dropout are identified, and then some of these learners are referred to our in-school support program. In this program, we render basic foundation level academic and psychosocial support. We also work with the primary caregivers of these children, and that forms our third program. In 2018, we piloted the project towards promoting school attendance. And after a huge success, we strategically decided to implement this as our 4th program called SA Go to School. In this program, we really talk about the importance of attendance and the value of education through child participation, teacher appreciation, and community collaboration. The challenge that we are all facing are that 67% of children in South Africa lives in poverty. 62% of children born in 2017 were registered where the identity of the father were unknown. More than 18,000 primary school learners dropped out of the school system in the Western Cape between 2011 and 2018. And the Paarl study done in 2016 showed us that 78% of grade 4 learners are functionally illiterate because they can't read for meaning. Nelson Mandela said, "Children are the rock on which our future will be built, our greatest asset as a nation." Children are yet not all given the opportunity to grow and develop due to social circumstances. Children are taken out of school to look after siblings while the parents go into town to collect the grants. A direct impact on children's ability to learn is problems like fetal alcohol syndrome, which is learning deficiencies that also can cause children not to have the basic foundation, numeracy and literacy skills. It's one of the key factors that's most important in our work is the children that suffers from fetal alcohol syndrome. Systemic changes to our school and social welfare system should be the aim of our intervention if we want to stay true and faithful in raising our children. What did we achieve? We currently work with 822 children in 22 schools in 5 areas between Paarl and Stellenbosch. In the last 3 months, we have successfully reintegrated 32 children, and more than 2,500 home and field visits were done by our staff, where they encourage the children, the parents, and the teachers working with these children. We also work with 233 children in our in-school support program, and through our SA Go to School program, we have reached more than 7,000 children, teachers, schools, and the greater community. So that is just a wonderful thing for us. Khula, as an organization, is totally dependent on donations for income. Our financial budget for 2018-19 was just over 5.5 million, and our current budget is just over 6 million. For the last 6 months, we have received almost 3 million rand. The little girl on the photo was in our in-school support program when she was in grade 3. She, together with her 2 brothers, were severely abused by their mother, and after several attempts, we finally got them removed and placed into a safe place. We completely lost contact. And this year, during a SA Go to School event, we called upon one of our SA Go to School captains to just come and help with something. And it was then that the facilitator recognized this girl as being the one that she helped when she was in grade 3. This little girl was now in grade 7. She was a prefect, she was a SA Go to School captain, and she wants to become a doctor. So one little girl was helped through a caring adult with lots of love. Another testimony was that of a little girl who told us after a holiday that during the holiday her clothes didn't smell like the tannie anymore. She said whenever things were tough at home, she will pull her jersey close to her nose. She knows she will see the tannie again. She will hug her and everything will be better again. Ladies and gentlemen, we in Khula believe God has called us to be His hands and feet. We believe that every child deserves unconditional love and acceptance of who they are. We believe that through love and education we can make a difference. And we believe that we are called to support and act on behalf of those without a voice and need their rights safeguarded. Educate a community out of slavery back into freedom. If you want to be part of this momentum that we want to create with SA's children that are promoting attendance and getting to school, please get in contact with us through one of the platforms. Thank you very much.